In just a few weeks, I'll be bringing home my first newborn, and it's amazing how such a little thing needs so much stuff. And being a first-time parent, I've got to admit, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. So I've called on the help of a certified labor and postpartum doula, Barbara Ryan, and hopefully she'll help me prepare for those first few crazy weeks. Barbara, thank you so much for being here. I feel you are the total expert. How many families have you visited?
I've been in hundreds of homes over the last 8 years as a postpartum doula.
Well, and you're a nurse too. You were a nurse.
Yes, I was.
Can we start going through sort of the products that I'll need for those first few weeks?
Absolutely.
And maybe we can start with just, is it mom stuff first? Is that okay?
Sure. We'll start with the things that you're going to need when you come home. You're definitely going to want to have for yourself a nursing pillow if you plan on nursing.
Yes, for sure. That's what I think I'm going to be doing. I mean, obviously things change. God forbid something goes wrong, but yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's go for it now. How about bottles and stuff like that? Because I know now the whole push is BPA, and that's all you can really get. Is that where we want to be?
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's tons on the market today, of course, all from glass to different products, and they're all PVA free today. It's mandated.
I have my this is actually mine right here. It's my breastfeeding bra.
Yes, and you should have several because you want to wash them every day because you want to watch out for them getting dirty because milk will spill onto them, you'll leak. And so you want to have several different bras. And you also want to have a night bra and a day bra.
No, but do I want to purchase them right away? Because I hear you don't really know what size you're going to be until you actually start to produce milk.
That's correct. So you definitely want to wait and see. You definitely want to have at least 1 to 2 bras on hand when you come home, because sometimes it's hard to get out those first few days and weeks. And then this way, once your breasts get to the size that they are, you can then
change.
Go.
Great. Now, of course, everyone has said that breastfeeding is not always easy, even though it's supposed to be easy.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of sort of soreness. Are there things that I need that I can use to kind of protect myself?
Sure. There's different nipple creams on the market. This one's very popular. There's some natural forms. There's all different products out there.
Okay, and should I be concerned if I put this on? Can my baby breastfeed directly after I?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. You have to read the labels. Mostly all babies can breastfeed on them, but I would definitely check on the labels.
Okay, that's good to know.
Also, your breast milk works as a wonderful lubricant for your breasts. You squeeze a little bit out after the baby is nursed, rub it on, let them air dry, and it's just as good as this.
So then this should just be used in extreme circumstances, or?
It can be used for regular daily use as well.
Okay. I like the whole natural thing. I think that works.
Absolutely, and it works wonderfully.
Let's go start with clothes, because this is a little overwhelming to me. I'm like reading about all the different sizes I need, and I kind of don't know where to begin. And how many, let's say, 0 to 3 months should I have?
Well, let's start with onesies and kimonos. You should probably have I would say about a week's worth. You know, maybe 7 to 10 kimonos, which are like this. There's ones with snaps. These are really great for the belly button. When the cord is still present. Yeah. This way it doesn't rub on there and cause any irritation.
See, I don't have any of these yet. Everything I have is a full-on onesie, so you suggest having the ones that are snapped or kimono style.
Correct. For the first, at least until the belly button falls off the cord, and that can take up to 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks, but most babies are falling off within the first week.
Okay, so we've got our wraps, and then these are onesies?
These are onesies, and these are great, you know, keeping the baby warm. You notice their tummies are sticking out a lot, especially if they have little pants on or something, and this will keep them warm. And depending on the season, long sleeve or short sleeve. Okay.
Now, hats. I see you have them laid out here. Do you wear it in the house too?
You do. They lose most of their heat from their heads. So especially in the cooler months, you want their heads to be warm, and especially in the house, especially the first few weeks.
Okay, sounds good. And then for bathing, I see you have a ton of stuff here for bathing.
Yep. You definitely want some washcloths, a sponge is great, and some hooded towels. A thermometer is very important. You're going to need 2 thermometers. You're going to need a rectal and a regular thermometer. Okay. They'll teach you how to put the thermometer under the baby's arm to get a temperature. But if you're concerned that your baby has a temperature, your pediatrician is going to want a rectal temperature. They don't go by this. They want that. So it's important to learn how to do that. You can ask the hospital, the nurses, to assist you with that.
The one thing that I always hear about that I'm actually concerned about, it sounds silly, nail clipping. It's the silliest thing, and you think it wouldn't be a big deal, but they're so little and they're moving all the time.
Absolutely, and also when they first are born, their nails are actually caught to the bottom underneath of their nails, the skin. So that's why a lot of babies get cuts from new moms trying to cut their nail.
Okay, diapers. I see you have a few different kinds here.
We have cloth and we have disposable. The cloth are great. They come with these covers. They're great for the environment, and then there's the regular disposable. Cost-wise, I think these probably turn out to be a little bit less expensive than disposable, and of course these are better for the environment, but each house, whatever they choose to do.
Okay, well, so it's basically a family preference.
Absolutely.
And a time preference, I'm assuming.
It is.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some burp cloths, some bibs, receiving blankets, and regular blankets. These are great for swaddling your baby.
When do you use the blankets? Because I thought we weren't allowed to put those in the cribs.
You're not supposed to put them in the cribs. These are great for when you're going out in the carriage to cover their legs, or when they're sitting in a bouncy seat or in a swing, and you make sure you keep it below their chest, very low, closer to their belly button area, and wrap it tight around them, because if they're kicking them, it can fly onto their face.
That's important. Okay.
Definitely.
Good to know.
Some Tylenol is good to have on the house on hand, just in case of an emergency, in the middle of the night, baby has a fever, or if you're immunizing your child, to have this on hand if the baby's upset from the shots.
And what is the temperature that's worth being concerned about?
Anything over rectally 100.4.
Okay, good to know. So Barbara, I do want to ask you about the bedding situation, because you hear so much about SIDS.
Absolutely.
What is your feeling on the positioner and everything else?
I think everything here that you have is great. As long as these are attached, the bumper is really nice and tight, that's great. The positioner is wonderful. You want to make sure your baby's head is really up high in here, and you want to make sure these sit low below their chest.
Okay.
You're going to swaddle your baby at night.
Okay.
You can do it arms in or arms out. Most babies prefer to be swaddled with arms in. It makes them feel like they're back in your stomach again. Yeah, that really nice tight feeling, exactly.
Thank you so much for this education. I feel like it can be a little overwhelming at first, and you've definitely helped me relax a bit.
Great, I'm glad.
So now I feel like I can get through at least the first 2 weeks.
Absolutely. You can call me anytime.
I will.